Just some tips before I walk you through the process of collecting the cheek swab and saliva samples. You are going to get a unique identification or subject number before the study begins. Each of your tubes should be labeled with that number. You will get a bag for your cheek swabs and a bag for your saliva collections. They will also be marked with a date and a time for your convenience. Sample collection will take place 4 times throughout the study, each time at the end of an experimental week. So if an experiment starts on a Tuesday, that following Tuesday will be the first time you do data collection, and then following Tuesdays after that for the 4 weeks. The cheek swabs are going to happen every 4 hours, starting at 7 a.m. Therefore, if you wake up before 7 a.m., let's say you wake up at 6, we ask that you wait until 7 a.m. to do the swab. If you wake up after 7, we want you to do the swab as soon as possible. Let's say you wake up at 7:30, do it right at 7:30, and then when the next time it is to collect the sample is at 11, don't wait until 11:30, stick to the schedule at 11, even if you woke up late and did it late. We also ask that you do not eat or drink anything or even chew any gum 30 minutes before the experiment. If you do so, if you forgot, just rinse your mouth with water before doing the collection. Saliva samples will be collected every 30 minutes starting 2 hours before your normal bedtime. This time will be told to you via text from the researchers to remind you when you start, and then every time after that when you should be doing it. You must put these glasses on 30 minutes before your first saliva collection sample. So let's say you've eaten dinner, you've brushed your teeth, you will put these on 30 minutes, stay in a dim lit room before you do your first collection. There will be a total of 10 samples for the saliva, and if you do not, if you absolutely need to eat or drink, during the saliva collection, we ask that you do it right after you do the collection. So let's say you do the collection, you eat or drink something right away, you rinse your mouth with water, and that way you still have about 20-ish minutes before your next collection. For the cheek swab, you are going to get a scraper like so. We want to avoid touching the top because it is an eject button, so only hold it by this middle thick white part. You're going to open with the top corner of the pouch, just rip it open. Grab the scraper, again right here. Don't let it touch anything, not your hand, not another surface. It should go directly from the package to inside your mouth, from inside your mouth directly to the bottle. So make sure you have the bottle readily available out in front of you. Try to hold it with your left hand if possible, if you're right-handed, and use the swab with your right hand. Again, vice versa. If you're left-handed, you're going to grab it, put it inside your cheek, and you're going to rub for about 20 seconds. You can feel free to switch sides if you want. You shouldn't press too hard that you have to, that it hurts just enough that you'll get some cells on it. So open the tube with your non-dominant hand, stick the swab inside the bottle, and just mix it around for another 20 seconds. When the 20 seconds is up, close the cap tightly. You're going to place that in the freezer. You're going to put the swab back into the packaging, and then you can dispose of this. Something I forgot to mention that I think you should do is check to make sure the time is correct. So it's going to have your subject number, the date, and then it'll have the time. So make sure you're not doing the 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. bottle and vice versa. For the saliva collection, again, you're going to check, make sure it says time 1. You're going to push open the stopper just by slightly putting pressure on the side of it until it kind of comes off. Again, don't touch the cotton swab with your hand. You're just going to tip it back into your mouth, and you're going to swish it around in your mouth for about 30 seconds, and it should get kind of this heavy feeling. If it doesn't get heavy, if you're not producing enough saliva, just leave it in for a little bit longer, but don't spit it out before the 30 seconds no matter what. When you're done with it, you're going to spit it back into this bottle and then close the cap and then put it in the freezer. So I'm just going to demonstrate that really quickly. Close it and put it in the freezer.